Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I'm here looking at the Hypercar Forum 2, and I'm going to give you a quick take, my quick take on this event. First things first, this is not intended as a free-to-play event. If you intend to get through this and you do not already have all the cars, it is going to cost you money. Secondly, some of us probably have all the cars, and for those of us that do and they're built, this may be one of those events where you just kind of breeze through, collect the car, and be done. Alright, before we get into more, let's take a look at the lock-ins, and I'll explain what I'm talking about when I say this is not a free-to-play event. You have two cars potentially here that you can get for free because they're Gold Star versions available, and that is the BT62 and the 918. But you're using both lock-ins immediately for both cars. History tells us the four versions of this can only be locked in one time. Meaning, just because you have three 918 versions doesn't mean you get to lock in two 918s in this and this race. It's going to be lock in for BT62 one version, and then it has to be 918 for the second. And notice, it only gets you up to race 11. So for free-to-play guys that actually have the Gold Star cars and have them built, you will make it this far. And you're done. Starting from this point, all purple star cars. And we know that Natural Motion has never given you purple star cars from Gold Keys. Therefore, these are paid cars, no if and or buts, and no way around it. All of these cars, even though they're available here to acquire for a reasonable price of probably $29.99 USD, you will get one of these cars stock with no fusions and no upgrades. That means $6 million at least to upgrade the car to get it to the point where it would actually potentially get you through the event, and you're going to need those fusions. If you already have these cars, you're all set. Out of these cars, notice yet again, unlike some past events where they say, okay, here's 5 cars, you pick one, and the other 4 you can use. No. This one, you need all 3 of these to make it through, because they come in as lock-in number 3, number 4, and number 5. These 3 lock-ins, one requires each, so they're done. You have to have these 3 paid cars and build to make it any further. And that can get you to race 69, where you can acquire this car. Now, race 70 says you can now use your prize car or a past prize car to finish. When the coding in the game allows you to use a past prize car and the current prize car for the prize final races, what that tend to hint to me is that this car is just a relivery, new coloration style of this car. You're not getting a new car, you're getting a new look on a car. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I am, because this one is not that useful. If the Bianco happens to be better, I will let you guys know in a future video, because I certainly will build it and test it. But if I build it partially and I match it to this car, and this is like that 812 super fast versus 812 GTS situation, guess what? 2 useless Lamborghinis in my garage, both very pretty, very cool, but certainly they won't make me happy about using them in any future live racing or activities. So, notice an important change in the game is that they're making the free car lock-ins come very, very quick. Used to be number 4, number 10, number 20. So that means you can get like 20 races out of these before you start using paid cars. Not anymore. Now you only get to race 11. What does this mean? This means if you're a free-to-play player and you only have the 2 cars potentially to pick from and you don't have them, please think about skipping the event altogether. Here's why. Neither one of these guys here, if you get the Gold Star versions of these cars, which incidentally will be this one and this one that are available, neither car is really that useful. They're not easy to build. They use unique fusions that are from brands, particularly the BT62, very tough brand to get fusions for. Porsche a little bit easier, but nonetheless, lots of resources spent on 2 cars that you're unlikely to use outside of this event or another event. The 3 paid cars are more interesting and is worth a little more discussion. When you go and you look at it, either you buy the triple pack, which means you get all 3 cars, or if you're thinking about just buying one, because hey, Max, my wallet's kind of thin, I can only really go for one $20 car. Well, my best suggestion is either go for this one or this one, unless you just love Paganis and you must have the Imola. The Imola is not a bad car. It's actually a good car for Pagani, but it's not as strong in other aspects, particularly where you can use it long term, which is live racing, as the Jesco or the Bolide. The issue here too is that all 3 of these guys, for newer guys, you're not going to have the fusions. I hate to tell you, none of these guys' fusions are easy to come by. So without full fusions at low upgrades to try to still make something out of these cars, all 3 are viable. But again, out of those 3, I would say this one is much easier than the Imola and the Jesco to make effective in live racing with minimal parts. Not to say that either one of these cannot do it. The Imola actually is not bad either on very little upgrades. And the Jesco, again, also viable with small minimal upgrades, but you need those fusions, and that could be holding you back ultimately in really getting anywhere with these cars. I've tested the green one and the orange one against the existing white and blue, and they're basically carbon copies of each other, upgrade for upgrade. So neither one's going to be unique to what is already out there, but it is a different color. So if you already have the Jesco or the blue Bolide and you're thinking the green looks cool, I really want it, you're getting the same car with a different color. Just know what you're getting into. Alright, that being said, these events ultimately will be easier in the beginning, and then difficulty rating should start to really jump up somewhere in race 50s. Most likely the challenging races will be these 3 right here. Particularly these 2 speed traps tend to be difficult in the past. That's past experience. And also race 52 tend to get a lot of people jammed up if they don't have enough upgrades. Before that, probably easy. After that, probably if you can make it through here, your cars are probably upgraded enough to get through the rest. What about rewards? Pretty lame overall. Not a whole lot of rewards here worth even the investment you would need if you were building these cars, even from like 80% to 90%. The expensive build parts and the needed fusions, it's going to be real rough. You're not going to get enough from the event to cover anything. Okay, so make sure your cars are ready, or you have ways to get them ready outside of the event. Another point is these 3 are purple stars. You can't upgrade them with free crates. Those are paid crates. Unless the event gives you free crates here, you're not getting those cars built free. So, money, money, money. This is what this event is really designed around. Is this the new normal for our future events? I hope not. But we all know that Natural Motion was acquired by a new owner, and this could be a future status quo for these kind of events. It's little more money oriented, little less optional, and we don't know. They're probably not going to be super tough, because if you're paying, they do want to make sure you pay enough to get through the event. Alright, so that's my quick take on this event. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments or ask me questions. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like my channel, subscribe, hit the bell, and you get notifications when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.